This TCL 40-inch TV offers a great solution for most casual home setups. We have put it in our closet-like armoire that had been previously accommodating a 15-year-old standard definition 42 inches plasma TV. That old plasma had been handed down from our family room a few years ago when we upgraded. The problem was, it required we keep an extra cable box set up in our bedroom at a cost of $11 per month. Since we infrequently use the bedroom TV, it did not make financial sense to keep the cable setup, and as a result we sacrificed a usable TV. This TV was a reasonable investment whose upfront cost would offset the cable box setup in a little over a year. We also now have Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Music and many broadcast channels from the internal antenna jack and all the app channels we care to add on, ESPN, news, etc. The installation was simple and required nothing but another device with an internet connection to verify connections, logins. I use. The remote control is simple to use and the TV's interface is simple to navigate. For a simple home setup, this TV is perfect, with its nice HD picture, simple interface, reasonable price and internal speakers. This was well worth the purchase for our needs, and I would recommend this TV for all but those looking to use it as part of some glorious theater setup. Should any issues develop as time goes on, I will update. A picture is attached for reference. This is an amazing upgrade from my old Vizio TV. It's a great size, has great picture, and even though it lies about how high the hertz are on the box, I had no problem overclocking it in NVIDIA control panel all the way up to 110 Hz. Strongly recommended as a cheap gaming monitor that backs up as an amazing TV, movie experience. I would recommend a soundbar or monitors, the speaker kind, as the 2.8 watts aren't amazing. All in all, an amazing bang for buck purchase that I am really happy with. At $200 it cost less than my keyboard and was definitely worth it. I called TCL within 2 hours of delivery. I hate the remote. I am not the only one. It has a volume control on the side which you easily hit by accident, if right-handed, and there are 4 quick buttons at the bottom that are always live for Netflix, Hulu, Roku and ESPN. These will always take you somewhere even when you do not have accounts. You cannot reprogram them. You cannot disable them. If you Google reprogramming, you will find a lot of annoyed people who actually remove the button and fill it in to stop it from being so annoying. This is particularly annoying when other Roku TV remotes have other choices, such as Amazon. TCL says that they have no other, e.g. aftermarket universal, remote recommendations. They did however help me to set up the page I want to see when the TV first comes on. It doesn't have to be the home page that is cluttered with all the stuff you don't have. Mechanically, the TV seems great. The picture is very sharp and clear, better than the Vizio TV it replaces, although both had the same resolution. That TV was 8 years old and just kept getting dumber and dumber. No YouTube, no Skype, and then eventually all the HDMI ports stopped working. So I am happy with the TV, and thrilled with the price, but the remote is a deal breaker for me. Received this product today. It was in excellent quality when I received it. Easily unboxed and able to set up. All items were present. I have to say this was the quickest setup I've ever had for any type of device, TV, PC, laptop, phone, etc. Although I did a bit of research before I purchased this device through Amazon. Then after I ordered it and while I was waiting for delivery, I did a bit of reading on this site, reviews and Q&As, just to have an edge when it came time to set it up. When all was said and done, it probably was an hour to hour and a half from opening the box to setting back down on the couch after all was done. Once you read through all the Q&As, and about 75% of them are questions that have been asked 2 to 3 times, you'll have all of your questions answered. So is delivered, you have a plan of action and push right through that setup. Here are the biggest complaints that are nonsense when dealing with a Roku TV. Versus A. It doesn't cost a penny to set up a Roku account and activate your TV if for some reason you come across a site or a phone call demanding payment in order to activate your TV. Versus hang up or whatnot, and re-evaluate, i.e. Make sure you have the correct website typed in or the correct phone number dialed in. You can activate your Roku TV with a free Roku account. You don't even have to put in a credit card. You get what you pay for. Yes, while that is true in every aspect of life, you can get a good deal without having to pay out the butt. I believe this is one of those times. This item does not come with a wall mount. If you want to wall mount it, you buy the mount yourself. If you want to specifications of what size wall mount to buy, they are all in the directions that come with the TV. While I didn't wall mount it, I just used the stands that come with the set. If I wanted to, all I had to do was either read through the Q&As, as that question has been asked over 20 times, or just read through the directions booklet provided with the DVD. If you want to use your phone as your Roku remote, all you have to do is download the app from your store, G Play or Apple, and you're good to go. No, the Roku remote doesn't have numbers on it, and yes, it does have volume control on the side of it. Just remember, both your phone and your TV have to both be on the same Wi-Fi connection in order for your phone to work as the remote. If not, then it's a no-go. If you have satellite, cable, etc. Yes, it works with this TV, along with Wi-Fi. The model I have doesn't work with Ethernet or Bluetooth, but TCL does have models that do work with Bluetooth and Ethernet. Be a bit proactive. It'll save you a bunch of time in the end. As I stated earlier, it didn't take any time at all for me to set this up from beginning to end. Take a bit of time and do some research. This set is great quality and you are easily able to adjust it to your liking in the settings menu. Every aspect of this set is adjustable. I couldn't be happier with the amount I paid for it. Try it, you won't be disappointed. In the pictures below, one of the pics is the front of the set and the other is a side shot showing the thickness of the set, along with the fact that there aren't a million plugs coming from the back area. I held off a year buying this to replace my older 40 inches commercial monitor because I wasn't sure I'd like the computer monitor functionality. I also purchased it because I am looking for a digital signage solution for my wife's business. So, if you're on the fence, here are a few things you might want to know that aren't well advertised. Auto channel select. In my case, I want it as a monitor, so I didn't want the screen to turn on. Go to the RO. The default settings are just that, which makes sense for a home. But it has a nice selection of settings to change that. I can select the default input to go to when it powers on. So for digital signage, I can auto power onto the Quick eSign digital signage app if I want to. But for my home office purposes, shown in the picture, I can have it auto-tuned to the computer's HDMI input and it will become a screen automatically. Sleep settings. Of course, when the computer goes to sleep, the monitor will do so by default as well, which is fine for me, but you can change it if why. That's it. The remote. It's easy to use, but I do wish you could reprogram some of the buttons. I am never going to use the Hulu button my remote, so it would be nice to reprogram it to computer input instead. But that's really my only complaint, and it's not like they advertised that you could change it. It would just be a nice feature. Weight. It's incredibly lightweight. I don't actually know the weight, but I replaced a 40 inches commercial monitor that weighed almost 80 pounds with this thing, and my old monitor arm is just overkill at this point. You could mount this with any TV mount capable of holding 20 pounds with room to spare. Though I wouldn't do that if you were going to be extending the arm out on an articulating mount. Because physics. I love it and will be ordering another for the Xbox upstairs in the guest bedroom and another for a customer's digital signage solution. This is a very good TV. I had one before. The only thing that annoyed me was the delivery guy. I waved him over, because he was going to drop it off at my neighbor's apartment. He asks, "Why you calling me for?" I said, "Because I live at, address, you're the guy that delivered yesterday, aren't you?" As I smiled. He said, "No." "Why you think that?" Me. "Because the guy that delivered yesterday was black and he wore a beanie, knit cap." Him. "A lot of people wear these hats." Me. "Well, he was black, he had a beanie, he had glasses on like you do, and he was wearing identical clothes as you." Him. "Well, a lot of people dre." He took the picture and left. What the hell is wrong with people? I bought 2 of these TVs to cut the cable in our office once and for all. As with any Roku TV, the setup is a bit annoying. You need an internet connection, a Roku account and about 15 minutes. Once you're in, though, it is easy enough to go in and shut off the microphone, advertising tracking and D. I have a feeling that's all at 720p, but HDMI input it is a genuine bona fide 1080p display, which is very uncommon at this display class size and was a selling point for me. The remote, standard Roku fare. However, one of the 2 I received had a very touchy right click on the D-pad, so not very happy. Click link in description for more reviews.